Here we're going to open up an existing Revit project, Revit MEP based project, and just have a look around and look at some of the views and some of the interface and stuff like that. So having noted that our sample files are in here, we can actually go down into here and say open, and then go down and say sample files, and let's open up the RME basic sample project, not family. Okay, basic sample project.rvt, and hit open on that. And the first thing we're going to do is a save as, because we don't want to save that file, and I'm going to overwrite the one in the folder that we created earlier. So once that file opens up, and it opens up to the last view, you can either specify a view to open in, or it opens up in the last view that was saved with the project. So that opens up, and then from there I happen to be in a section. You can see that it's kind of highlighted here. And now the first thing I'm going to do is go save as project, and I'm going to go to my favorites here, Revit, my Revit 23. This is the folder I created, and I'm going to save it in there. And it's going to say unable to write to is read only or opened by someone else. Now that's interesting, because it shouldn't be read only, and I don't believe it's opened by anyone else. So let's hit close on that. We've run into a little snag in here, and it hasn't saved. So let's if I hover over this, okay, I've only got one Revit project open, and I'm wondering if that file is, let's try that again here. File, save as, project, and I don't want to save it in my sample folder. I want to save it in this folder that I created. Good, and hit save. So it's write protected. That's kind of strange. So what am I going to do here? I'm going to hit close, and I'm going to go in here and hit close and close that off. So right away we're into a little bit of a snag here with some write protection, and I think those sample files are write protected. So I would need to go in and change an attribute on that. So I'm not going to bother with that. I'm actually going to open up the file that we created in our own little folder in the first lesson. So I'll pick the open button over here, pick on here, and grab that basic sample RME basic sample. So this time I'm opening the one in our folder, and just to make sure that it's savable, I'm going to just go up here and hit my save button. Save, and then it's going to save that to there. Hit save, and unable to write. So that is clearly a file that has been tagged as read only. So guess what we're going to do? We're going to close this out, and we're going to go to our Explorer, and we'll grab that, and here it is over here. Okay, so I am going to go to that file, RME basic sample project. I'm going to right click and check the properties of that, and sure enough it says read only. So I'm going to take that off. Okay, I don't suppose I can do more than one at a time here. Let's do a shift right click and go to properties. Yeah, I think I can. Okay, take all the read-only properties off of that, which is kind of the default setting because those are the files that come with Revit. So let's try this again. Open, and basic sample project, and hit open. In we go. Nice little side lesson, very typical of CAD clips. I don't stop the tape from rolling when we run into a little snag. So here we go. Let's hit the save button and see what happens. Yay, we can save. So wonderful. So there's a lesson learned right there. The sample project files are all read-only, so we have to go check the properties, even if we copy them and make them not read only.